Welcome back to my pilot episodes of What's Trending with Damian Jordan. I am your host, Damian Jordan, bringing you the latest trending topics in news, sports, entertainment, and politics, and providing commentary to the best of my ability. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to provide a report on what's trending and then provide commentary. So I'm going to take a look at what's trending. And what's trending now is Coulter. Coulter. She is an author of 12 books, including many that have appeared on the New York Times bestseller list. With a combined 3 million copies sold as of May 2009. She is a news commentator, has appeared on many networks, just an very accomplished individual. There's no question as to that. But the reason why she's trending is because of an interview held by Vivek Ramaswamy, former Republican presidential candidate, on his podcast, where she made a comment which turned many heads. Actually turned many heads around. Head spun in directions just unbeknownst to possibility after she made these comments. So, courtesy of the Daily Beast, Vivek Ramaswamy praises Coulter for saying he's too Indian to vote for. Really? Okay. So I'm going to delve into this report and then provide commentary. Vivek Ramaswamy praised Coulter Wednesday for telling him that she would not have voted for him on the grounds that he is an Indian. Oh no. After giving a warm introduction to Coulter, somebody I've been fascinated by for a long time, on his Truth podcast for an episode on the inward nationalism, Ramaswamy then listened as Coulter returned the favor. I am too a fan of yours, though I'm going to make a point of disagreeing with you so that it will be fun. She said, "You are so bright and articulate." And I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black. Can't say that about them. That's derogatory. Ramaswamy laughed at the comment, but then sat stony-faced as she addressed his heritage. After explaining that she agreed with what Ramaswamy had said during his failed campaign for the 2024 GOP nomination, most other candidates, she went on, "I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian." I should probably stop the report there, but I'm going to provide more of the report, then provide commentary. Okay, so she said, "We'll get back to that," she added, as he made no rebuttal. There was no rebuttal to that comment. He just allowed her to speak. And so she went on a rant about nationalism, arguing that Hitler had soup. That doesn't mean we shouldn't have soup, and claiming that the only people who are not allowed to be proud of their ethnic group tend to be Anglo-Saxons. She did not give an account of what role she believes soup played in the Third Reich as compared with nationalism. Returning her comment about Ramaswamy, who was born in the U.S. to Indian immigrants, she said there is a core, and Ramaswamy was born in the U.S., though to Indian immigrants. So he's qualified to be president on every level. There's a core, said Coulter, there's a core national identity that is the identity of the WASP. And that doesn't mean we can't take anyone else in. a Sri Lankan, a Japanese, or an Indian, but the core around which the nation's values are formed is the WASP. Okay, so let's keep going. So I'm going to stop it there. I'm going to stop the report there. And basically speak on the fact that Vivek Ramaswamy, has spoken of the fact that there is no institutional racism or anything of the such. He doesn't believe in that. And Coulter went out of her way to show him that there is. She went out of her way to disprove his point that he doesn't believe racism exists in the country, and that he too could reach the plateau of his dream. His dream is to be president. There's no question about it. But she went out of his way to tell him that though he is qualified on every single level, she even believes in his policies. They have the same viewpoints on policy matters as Republicans, though she doesn't agree with Trump on certain issues. But with Ramaswamy, she says she's agreed with everything, pretty much that he has said, that he has his platform on how he wanted to run, the platform that he had, though he didn't win the nomination, but the platform she agreed with. So she agreed with everything. She agreed he's qualified. She agreed he's articulate. She believes he's articulate, and she believes it in him that on every single level that he could perform the job to a high standard. Yet she said simply because he was Indian, she would not vote for him, because he had to be part of this institutional group of accepted people that she views as acceptable to provide this position to. And the reality is that Coulter did say the quiet part out loud when it comes to high-paying jobs in the country, high-paying jobs anywhere, but in the country specifically. She said, though you're qualified, though I believe you could do the job, though I agree with everything you've said, simply because you're an Indian, I would not give you this position. I would not give you this job. And though she's speaking as a voter, she's also speaking as someone who could be in a position to hire someone. Okay? And Coulter is very successful. There's no question about it. She's very accomplished, and she could easily be placed in a position where she would hire someone to a high level job, which the presidency is. The U.S. presidency is a high level job. And so for her to say, well, I wouldn't vote for you to be president is the equivalent of her saying, well, I wouldn't hire you to be president. I wouldn't hire you to be president simply because of your race. Because even though you were born in America, simply because of your ethnic background, I wouldn't vote for you. And so what Coulter did, and that Vivek praised after for her having the courage to state her opinion, that opinion is a big deal. It's a big deal. It basically says, and it basically demonstrates that though you are completely qualified, I mean, Vivek Ramaswamy is a billionaire. Make no mistake. Check Forbes. Check Forbes for that information. He is a billionaire. Though he is completely qualified, he is accomplished in life. She agrees with his platform, though he's a young guy trying to run for the presidency. She agrees with his policy issues. She's saying simply because of his race, she would not vote for him. And by saying, I would not vote for you, it's saying that I would not hire you. I would not hire you at a job. And that's what many people face, and that's what many people don't understand. And that's why, though what Coulter said is being criticized, it's welcome to many who want to point to the fact that, hey, I've been qualified for this job. I've been worthy to take on this role. I've been worthy to do such and such and to get on the next level or to reach the next level, but only because of a personal factor, something that Vivek Ramaswamy can't control. And the footage is all out there. He's very stone-faced. It's clear he knows he's been insulted, but he kind of allows Coulter to continue to spew her comments towards him. And the commentary is that Coulter said something very significant. She said something very significant, and she brought it up. He didn't even ask her, well, would you vote? Do you believe that certain people would not vote for me because I'm an Indian American? He didn't even ask her. She took the initiative to bring it up. And something I want to point out is I feel like she did this on purpose. I feel like Coulter brought up Vivek Ramaswamy's heritage on purpose to show him that no, institutional racism does exist. It does exist. I'm in your face telling you, Vivek, is what I believe Coulter was trying to do. She wanted to tell him to his face, no, institutional racism does exist. Though you are qualified, though I believe in your policies, I believe in your platform, the policies you may want to push, I believe in your platform. You're articulate, you're accomplished, you're a billionaire. Though I believe all of this, I wouldn't vote for you simply because you're an Indian, because of your ethnic background. And that's what Coulter did. What she did was very significant. Though she is being criticized for it, what she did was very significant. But she wanted to tell him to his face, no, I would not vote for you simply because of ethnicity. Not because you were born in this country or not. That didn't matter to her. She said, no, because you're an Indian, is what Coulter said. So I'm going to leave it there. I don't know what more I can say. Coulter proved a point. She proved a point. The presidency is a job position. It is a very important job position, but it is a job position. And this is what goes on a lot of times that's overlooked. And people say, well, it doesn't exist. That doesn't exist. You can work hard and do everything under the sun, and you could get this position despite ethnicity, despite anything. But no, Coulter said no. Coulter disagrees with that sentiment. She looked at Vivek Ramaswamy in his face And Coulter looked at Vivek Ramaswamy in his face and said, even though you're accomplished, even though I believe in your platform, even though I believe in the policy positions that you believe in, I will not vote for you simply because of your ethnic background. So she makes the point. And for that, and Coulter, the comment that she made is significant. Significant, I'm gonna leave it at that. It should be criticized, but it is very significant.